contribution stop us from speaking out. We cannot comply with Trump's efforts to roll us back to segregation, to discrimination, or even worse. We need to fight for our country, like our country depends on it. Because we deserve a democracy that works for us, run by people who respect their oath of office, respect our Constitution, and respect the institutions that give it its strength. So before we do the Q&A, I want to remind you that our office serves as your liaison to every federal government. We can be a crucial line of advocacy for our constituents who are experiencing delays or irregularities or emergencies with federal agencies. Although it is, again, a difficult environment right now, it is our duty to you to make sure that we are doing everything that we can. In the last few weeks, we have worked to restore Social Security benefits, figure out issues with tax returns, expedite work permits, and reunite families. We can't solve every problem, but we will do everything that we can to try. And with that, we are excited to take some of your questions. So you can line up. I know we have about 30 minutes, so I will try to take as many questions. All right, we'll start on the right side. Wait for the mic. It will turn on. Let's give it a second.
Test?
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you for representing me in D.C.
Thank you. It is an honor.
For standing at the USA building, for your editorial about Medicaid. Millions of lives hang in the balance. I was in Nairobi 2004 when the PEPFAR program started at Nairobi Hospital. That program saved 20 million lives, 25 million lives in 20 years. The AIDS pandemic is going to come back. We're going to have babies born HIV positive. There's going to be AIDS orphans all over Africa because of the USA funding cut. The Medicaid cut. In Minnesota, we lost 11 mental health facilities in 1 year because of Medicaid being too low. Al Green is right. Al Green stood up. We need Jedis like you and Al Green in D.C. So please, do everything you can to restore the Medicaid, to restore USA, because there's a verse in the Bible that everyone needs to study. Trump's Bible needs to be open to 1 Timothy 8. The love of money is the root of all evil.
Amen. Thank you so much for your comment. I know that there wasn't a question in there, but I want to say I am grateful for your advocacy as well over the years. You know, PEPFAR was a bipartisan program. It was championed by my mentor and former colleague, Barbara Lee, and it was signed into law by President Bush. And so over the years, it's been supported both by Republicans and Democrats, equally and alike, because we all understood how important it was for us to fight to eradicate HIV, to make sure that we were taking care of people, and to save lives. That is essentially what our humanity calls on us wants to do. And we've been working really hard to try to make sure that even though they originally stopped the program, the restarting of it has been really slow. Many of these contractors are not getting to the people that need them. And this is the recklessness of the way in which they are governing, is that they look at government as if something that you can turn off and turn back on. Right? They don't have the ability to lead with precision. They don't have the ability to lead with knowledge. They don't have the ability to lead with a steady hand. And that is what government requires. There are always opportunities for people to come together to say, this program is not working in the way that it needs to. Right? We balanced the budget in the State House when I was there. Right? Our mayor knows that he balances the budget. Everybody knows that there is a way to work to make sure the budget is working the way that it's supposed to, and to find ways to make things more efficient. But coming in and turning things off because they sound funny to you, and then recognizing, no, this is a life-saving program, and being, oops, that's not a way to run things. It might be a way that, Elon Musk runs his businesses. It makes sense why they have the deficiencies that they have. But we cannot survive as people while our government is run that way. So, thank you.
That's it. Thank you, Congresswoman. So this is more of a message to National Democrats that we want to use specifically, but I have nowhere else to say it, so I'm saying it here. But
that's why we have this town hall. So say what you want to say.
Thank you. So the Democratic Party just seems to not have a grasp on how they should counter Trump and President Elon Musk. Trump now has the highest approval ever, unfortunately. But the working people are suffering because of their devastating actions. We keep letting conservatives to control the narrative for many years on things like unions, social welfare, such as welfare queens, and even now the podcast community, such as Joe Rogan. Remember, once upon a time, Joe Rogan was supposed to be progressive. Now it's completely dominated by conservatives and anyway. So, and full of misinformation. So, the best thing that the Democratic Party has done is standing up to their voters, not for their voters, to their voters, and heard Chuck Schumer gave a lecture on why we should keep the government open when the people want them to fight. Meanwhile, Hakeem Jeffries' plan, according to what I saw, is to do nothing and hope that Trump will eventually become unpopular. All the Dems are focused on is to maintain the status quo. What are you going to do? And this is a question right now. What are you going to do to hold the Democratic Party accountable so they can start getting their act together to start serving America? Thank you.
I think everything you said is valid. We have been obsessed with figuring out the perfect message and not doing the perfect thing on behalf of working people. That has been problematic for us. You've got a president who basically campaigned on Asians eating cats and dogs, who is our president right now, while Democrats were busy trying to figure out the perfect 3 sentences to put together to appeal to people. Clearly, that's not working. So I do think that there needs to be sort of come to Jesus moment for Democrats to understand that this is not, like, we are not divided by ideology. What we are divided by is generational, and in tapping into the reality of what is happening on the ground. We have people who want to bring a knife to a gunfight and are not rising up to the moment, and I think The urgency of the moment that we are feeling is what the American people understand. I have not had a town hall with this many people since I've been elected. When I tell town hall Tuesday night had 17,000 people, that's insane. It's because the people are desperate for leadership. The people are desperate for courage. The people are desperate for bravery. And I think, I do believe that it's not us telling Democrats what they should do in Washington. It's all of you showing them what they should be doing in Washington.